Looking all around, looking all around. Looking for that old James Rink, huh? Old rinky-dink James Rink. Oh. Welcome to another a short episode. If you don't know, huh? So don't act like you do. We're right here at my luxury townhome in beautiful Austin, Texas. And we're getting ready to go do today on a Monday. I'll put the date up here on the screen. Monday we're going to the post office to do what we said we'd do, which is to do our part to try to save the life of James Casbolt, who is in prison and he's making some people angry. And I have said that I will write him a letter and give him some instructions on what some people's idea is that he can do to stay alive. The question has been brought to me, why do you want to save James Casbolt's life? And that question got me by surprise, and I thought about it, and I was thinking, I don't know. I mean, I don't like James Casbolt, but then again, I don't hate him. I'm not really against him or anything like that. I don't know. I guess I'm just compelled to do this. Somehow, if I can do some small part to save any, human being's life, then I guess, we're going to do that. So all I've done is written a letter, and this letter's been discussed quite a bit. I've basically promised to tens of thousands of people, if not more, that I'm going to deliver this letter. And here it is right here. That's the letter, and I'm taking it to the post office. And here is I got to obscure this address here. And there's the letter that I'm going to put it, the envelope that I'm going to put it in. So we're headed to the post office. We're going to get the letter out to James Casbolt. And he knows that if he uses the secret word that's up here, on the other page, a word that I invented, that I have put a binding on it so that no one else can use this word. A special bit of magic there. And that way I know that it's from him. And so when I get the return letter, I'm going to read James Casbolt's letter to all of y'all, to the world, and that'll be his message to the world. And whatever the contents of that letter is, even though I'm reading it, I'm not responsible for it. James Casbolt is responsible for it. So we'll see by his actions and by his words if he can manage to stay alive. Because there's some people there. I don't know. This is just all, what do you call it? Hearsay information to me, third, fourth, fifth person information. I don't know if these people are, in the medical ward, if they're guards, if they're, in the warden's office, if they're prisoners. I don't know who they are, but apparently there's two men there to take care of James if he displeases a certain faction of one of these powerful cabals, and from the information I've got, it's the one that's in charge of this the secret space program, which there's been a lot of questions about that. I personally have a lot of questions about that. So anyway, I want everyone to know that I am not under attack. For a few days ago, one of my psychics, I now have 4 psychics I work with, incredibly powerful psychics, some of the most incredibly powerful psychics in the United States. And my new psychic, there's a lot of stuff that I cannot disclose. But I have not personally come under attack, and there's reasons for this. There's certain protections that I have because of this drama, that's getting played out. And there's an ascension type of aspect to all of this. And this is things that, I basically knew from the beginning, there would be some, something like this. And there is a man who is a high-level Illuminati handler and programmer. I've been told he's not, although he's a member of the Illuminati, he's not on the bloodlines like I am. I'm on the bloodlines of the pharaonic dominators. This is the reason for, my great uncle's involvement in controlling every dime of the United States defense budget for over 40 years. It's nothing that I'm proud of. It's nothing that I'm ashamed of. It just simply is. Here you see my great uncle George Mahon, my father's uncle, with the then head of NASA. I don't know who his name is. And this is Gerald Ford, then Governor Gerald Ford, later to become President Gerald Ford. And this right here is Nazi scientist Werner von Braun, who was brought over by my great uncle, as you can see. And my great uncle created Operation Paperclip, which brought the German scientists clandestinely to the United States. And for those of you who haven't ordered my book yet and who don't know, my book is called My Family Created the National Security State, and then in parentheses, no need to thank me. And so basically what you have is that man that I just showed you there, my great uncle. He controlled every dime of the United States defense budget for over 40 years. And he also created some organizations that you've probably never heard of. For instance, the NSA, the CIA, the FBI, and NASA. Never a straight answer, NASA. Yes, these agencies were actually created by my father's uncle. Truth is stranger than fiction. No one's ever refuted these facts. I'm sure several people have thought about doing it, and just a few keystrokes on Google will basically verify everything that I'm telling you. I'm just like y'all. I'm just a regular common guy and everything. I'll bet, with that one exception. And of course, I am a member of one of the world's most powerful secret societies, which most of y'all know that as well. But anyway, I'm on Team Human Being. I'm against the black goo, let's put it like that. And I serve Sophia. My religion, I guess you'd say, has to do with the Sophianic narrative, as it was understood by the ancient Gnostics, not the fake Gnostics, but the real Gnostics. And as is espoused in the modern day, as close as you can imagine, or what I align to the teachings of John Lamb Lash, who wrote the excellent book Not in His Image. So if you ever want to know what Ayin religion is, there you go. It's the Sophianic narrative. And okay, so we're going to go ahead and head to the post office. We'll be looking all around for that old rinky-dink kind of see if he's going to accept that challenge of the MMA fight, huh? Not a street fight, not an illegal street fight, but a sanctioned bout of MMA style, bare-fisted fighting in the ring in the fist-fighting state of Texas. James, we're looking for you, huh? All right. Okay, man, y'all have a good day. Thank you. Gunther, come on, let's go. We got to go to the post office. All right. We're here at the United States Post Office, so let's keep our voice down a little bit. Fixing to mail the letter to James Casbolt. This letter was written before I got the instructions from Dr. Kosel Ouch as to what James needs to do to save his life. And so the letter seems kind of disjointed. It's basically just got this one message put in the middle of it. I'm going to go ahead and read it to you right quick so y'all all know what the letter says. James, my name is Ayin. I have a YouTube channel called You Don't Know. I know David Marrow from 2 interviews I have done with him and also from an exclusive group on Facebook, which is really nothing more than a message thread with 21 people in it. And as you know, these threads can last for years. Okay, now here's where this message starts right here. James Michael Casbolt, attention, this just in. This part of the letter was decided upon last night while speaking to Dr. Kosel Ouch, who lives in Dallas, Texas. I live in Austin, Texas. I have a new website and group called Basis Texas, which was started with the blessings of Miles Johnston to carry the fight against transhumanism forward. James, you have been poisoned, astrally or etherically somehow. They can do it again and will if you do not chill the fuck out. You are to display patience and humility for the time being and let your body heal. I do not have my notes in front of me. I'm not your friend, nor am I a fan. Of course, I know who you are. I have done 2 major stints in prison. I'm what they call a 2-time loser. I was in prison for 5 years fighting for my life and fighting for my pride every motherfucking day, alright? I'm as hard as they come. You can believe that. I'm as hard as they come. I will not speak to you or anyone about my affiliations or that I may or may not have had behind bars. But I have laid it down and I don't want to go around the brothers. You must cease and desist whatever you are doing to piss the authorities off. My situation in life has changed and I am now a successful businessman. Not just some stupid loser mailing you shit from inside a cardboard box under a bridge somewhere, alright? This message is genuine. Of course, it is being read by the authorities, and I will be coming under increased surveillance just by sending you this letter. I'm not afraid. I hold the keys to the new narrative for humanity. More on this later. Of course, you will be of some use to a variety of factions, both malevolent and benevolent, in the future if you can keep yourself alive. Stay humble. Surprise the shit out of the guards by addressing them as sir. If you are too arrogant to do that, then you are useless to me. Anyway, these are the instructions I am giving you. You are to write me a letter in response to this message I am sending you. I will read this letter aloud on a YouTube video. It will be your message to the world. I will read it aloud no matter what it says. If the contents of the letter you write and I read get you killed, that's on you, playa. That's on you, huh? The very first word of the letter that you write is to be ecumenically, which is a word I just made up. It lets me know that it is you writing the letter, as there is a binding on that word, and others will not be able to use it no matter how hard they try. They will at the very least misspell the word. You won't, because you're smart, albeit not very likable. You must be patient. You must act with humility. I don't give a fuck what you are feeling inside or if your blood is boiling. It's about how you carry yourself. A personal condition that I am giving you right now is that you must address all of the staff at the prison and in fact everyone but the inmates as sir. I'm not sure if you have the resolve or inner strength to do this, and frankly, I don't care. I am a direct descendant of the pioneers who came across the Old West in covered wagons and did whatever it took to carve out a living in this hostile land that is now known as Texas, a republic within the United States of America. People here are very nice and kind, but don't be fooled. Texans are, like me, as hard as they come. Those that weren't died, and so they have no descendants among us. Only the remnants and descendants of the strong with an admixture of weaker and later coming opportunists exist within the state of Texas. I know you have been over here and have seen this with your own two eyes. Okay, I just found my notes. You are to practice these 3 things in order to stay alive. Number 1, patience. Be patient. Choose your own battles. If you would have done this in the past, you would not be where you are right now. You are a loose cannon. Cut that shit out right now. Number 2, humility. Act with humility. Observe the additional instructions that I personally am imposing upon you, and that is to address all authorities in there as sir or ma'am. You are one of the most narcissistic human beings I've ever laid eyes on, transparent as hell, and overall a fairly shitty example of a human being as far as I can tell. Apparently, they need you as a symbol, or maybe to work in shipping and handling in a new paradigm here on Earth, like moving boxes or something. I personally cannot imagine anything you would be much good for. If my words are burning into you right now and you want to do something about it, then do what the fuck I say. Get your ass out of there, and you can bring it to me. In the ring, in a sanctioned fight, not in a legal fight, but a 3-round MMA style bare knuckle brawl. We can decide our differences that way. It's just like the one I challenged your old gay buddy, your old queer buddy, old James Rink to publicly, and I've not heard from him. I don't really expect to. Then we will see who's harder, you or me, and I already know the answer to that question. I doubt that will ever happen because you are probably too stupid to follow instructions. Number 3, perseverance. This one came from Dr. Kosel Ouch. Persevere. All I can do is recommend you get access to the song Perseverance by Hatebreed, or at least get the lyrics to the song written by Jamie Jostin. This concludes the message from Ayin, key holder of the new narrative. Okay, that's, that addendum where it's putting it. So here's the rest of the letter. Skemmy IZ1s is also in this group I call the 5-star group, as is Tony Rodriguez, the super soldier, who has also appeared on my show. It seems that I am the only person out of 21, actually 20, because I am 2 of these people, who does not know you, at least as a casual acquaintance, or knew the late Max Spears personally. It is an interesting group of people. I thought the common thread might be that knowing one of you 2 guys, but I don't qualify for that. I thought it could be all super soldiers, but I'm not a super soldier. Adam Subtractum and Sethicus Boaz don't claim that to be super soldiers, and they have both appeared on my show more than once. Miles Johnston appeared on my show about 2 months ago. Again. Anyway, I wanted to introduce myself. It seems you will be released soon. I am what they call in the States a 2-time loser, meaning I have been to prison twice. I won't be going back. Anyway, I don't talk about my affiliations behind bars, or even if I had any, but that being said, the brothers are dear to my heart, even though I have laid it down, so to speak, retired, and in the Texas Department of Corrections, one of the most notorious prison systems in the world, and I was fighting for my life and fighting for my pride every motherfucking day. I'm as hard as they come. There were 12 of us on a 1,200-man unit. That's 1 brother for every 100 of them. We demanded our respect, and we got it. And I do that to this day. I demand my respect. Anyway, like I said, I am not a super soldier. I'm probably a super something, though. I'm hard to kill. Think more along the lines of a super diplomat, something like that. I wrote the book My Family Created the National Security State, and then in parentheses, no need to thank me. This is the reason for me being interviewed on the Leak Project, a video that has over 53,000 views and climbing. Those numbers may not seem very impressive to you, but just starting out, it's nothing to sneeze at. I was also interviewed on the Basis Project a little over a year ago, Basis 67. I'm the sole subject of Basis 67. My book, this is a picture from my book right here. My book, which is 100% true and easily verifiable because none of it is a secret, is what got my foot in the door on some of these programs. But my account and retelling of the story of my participation in a blood sacrifice ritual with one of the most powerful men in Mexico at this time, the sorcerer Enrique Martin Bardon, is what has catapulted or captured the audience's imagination and launched me into the mid-regions of this genre that we are involved in. I have since moved past that story and relate my travels to Peru to investigate the elongated skulls and partake in the ayahuasca ritual. I also have done 4 investigations of Ghostlight Road in Texas, which is the glowing orb or plasma ball phenomenon and has nothing to do with ghosts. I am the only person I know or know of who has used top-end photography gear to film the entities within the orbs. Still, I'm the only person I know that's done this. All right. And they look like those little gray fuckers. Okay. Yeah, just like the standard gray aliens we've been shown our entire lives, and I understand that you have personally interacted with. If you want to write me a letter, and it has my address right there. I live in Austin, Texas, by the way. The basis for my book is that my great uncle, the late congressional leader George Mahon, my real last name, controlled every dime of the United States defense budget for over 40 years. None of that is a secret. He also started a few organizations you've probably never heard of. The NSA, the CIA, the FBI, and NASA. He personally created each of those and was also responsible for Operation Paperclip. That's why I have this picture here. That's my Uncle George right there. And then this is Gerald Ford right here, and that's Werner von Braun, the Nazi rocket scientist. He personally created each of those and was responsible for Operation Paperclip, MK Ultra, Majestic 12, the Manhattan Project. Just go down the fucking list. I mean, as bizarre as that sounds, it's all documented. He was in charge of all the fucking money, you know. He created that shit. I don't think he was a bad person. He just had some hard decisions to make. That is how I prefer to look at it. And there's something about the picture there. So anyway, I guess it's possible I have some imprinting. You think? Etc. I am on the bloodlines of the pharaonic dominators. This much is true. Anyway, I just wanted to take this opportunity to introduce myself. By the way, I have a video that is a public challenge to James Rink. I'm calling Gay Boy out, challenging him to a sanctioned 3-round MMA style fight in the ring. Ideally, I would have you as a cornerman or a trainer or something, but I realize you are indisposed at the moment. It would be kick-ass if they let me come see you and train for a few days. You never know. It's a strange world, getting stranger all the time. I'll put in a request if you tell me who to send it to. Who knows, it could serve someone's agenda. Okay, and then on the last page right here, it just says, peace out, Anthropos, and then I've got a little handwritten message to James there at the end. James, there are 2 men there at the prison who work for naval intelligence. They are there to kill you if you continue pissing off the wrong people. Be careful, Anthropos. Okay. I don't know anything about this. You know, I'm not, you know, I'm kind of acting as a messenger in this deal. I don't have any say on any of this shit. I don't know anybody in the Army well, Colonel Michael Aquino, right? He wrote me a letter recently turning me down for a request to get an interview done. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna go talk to these people here at the in line for the post office and get this letter mailed out so I can do what I said I was gonna do. That's it, huh? That's it. All right, man. Y'all take it easy.